Hey guys, and how are you all doing today? It is Master Flash, and welcome back to Season 3. We are in Sakhir, silly Sakhir, the Bahrain 4, blown it in Bahrain. Did I blow it? Did I really blow it? Or did it come down to a fine margin that made me blow it? When it's nearly 25 seconds for a pit stop, which is completely out of your control, and you come in P1, you go out having a car in P4 jump you in a pit stop, it's a bit hard to stomach. We just sat there just losing second after second after second, and for anyone who knows, even like a thousandth of a second could make all the difference in F1. And yeah, well, just stick around, wait and see what happens. Right now we are on board my quali lap. The session is ended. Just waiting to do my actual, or finish my actual time lap, which is almost over. But I was struggling to get below the mid 127s, and just seems like always that when I need it, I actually get a decent lap out, which is strange, really. Which is really strange, but unfortunately that happens, and it seems to be happening to me a lot lately. 1 minute I am doing alright, putting quickest lap. Next minute, well, I'm just not, and it's taken me right until the dying embers of qualifying to put in a decent lap. And when you see the leaderboard between myself and Hamilton, I think I beat Hamilton by 1 or 2 hundredths of a second. I think my final quali was a 1:26.595, and I think his was either a 6:95 or a 7:95. I can't remember, but you'll see it coming up very shortly. Turns 9 and 10 on this circuit are just, they're really good. I really enjoy them, but the downhill left-hand turn, it's so hard to get right. Even turn 7 and 8 before it is a tricky one, definitely a tricky one, causing lockups and whatnot. And during the race I almost hit some other cars in front of me, but here's the leaderboard. Yeah, oh sorry, mine was a 5.95 and his was a 6.65, so that's how close the margins were between me and Hamilton. As you can see, Lando Norris is now driving for Ferrari. He's way down in 10th. Danny Rick is also driving for Ferrari. He's way down in 16th. And that's just how poor Ferrari, unfortunately, are in my career mode. They have not done any or very little R&D, and it just seems to, I think, even Haas, McLaren, Racing Point, and all those teams are for Ferrari, which is bizarre. Could you imagine if that was the real world? No disrespect to Williams, I love Williams and the history surrounded with Williams, but unfortunately during this career mode they are almost on par with Williams. Even Williams has done some upgrading over the last 3 seasons, but Ferrari just seems to have started in reverse and just continue to go backwards. Even Devon Butler, who for the last 2 seasons was with Ferrari, jumped from Ferrari and went to McLaren, as McLaren is seen as their top 3 teams, or top 2 teams, behind myself and Red Bull. So at the minute it is all Mercedes and Red Bull, which is awesome, but it doesn't make for great racing when you are only fighting amongst yourselves, and really you should be fighting against the rest of the pack. But isn't that Formula 1? Just almost coming to the end of the formation lap, and for a night race, this is just brilliant. Fair play. I really love the night races. Just a shame that apart from Abu Dhabi, I know this one, obviously there's one in Singapore, I know that one, but that's a street circuit, and I think it would be nice to see another night circuit, a really good circuit, just like this one, but just waiting for the AI to take over and then go and form us up on the grid. You see, it's myself, Hamilton, Vettel, and the Red Bulls off the start of the line. Just, well, you'll see. Just wait. They are absolutely crazy. They're like lightning off the start, and I see some Weber started in P4, and that will say a lot about that infamous pit stop. Just waiting for them to form up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are away. So didn't think I had a bad pit stop. Thought it was okay. Hamilton straight up the inside, Vettel around the outside. So I did the normal thing, went to the inside. Got turned in on by Hamilton. My fault maybe. Then I got pushed wide. Almost got taken by McLaren, and Vettel and Hamilton are off into the sunset. That annoyed me a little bit. Okay, I probably put my car where I probably shouldn't have into turn 1, but getting pushed wide then is just a bit of an annoyance, and it's just a P3 and go and do it. Massively locked up, and that's what I mean about turns 9, turns 10, when you really can't take a front end if you are not careful. But guys, I really hope you stick around and enjoy the rest of this race. I really do. This is lap 1. I'm currently in P3, and does it get worse or does it get better? You decide. Catch you in the next one.
Great pass. That's a new fastest lap for the race. Lewis. We should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up. Pack, P1, that's Lewis behind. The gap is less than a second. They're on old softs. Your pit window opens in 2 laps time. 11 laps to go. Is behind you. Less than a second separate you. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 4 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:31.6. In this lap, push now. Right, come in at the end of this lap. You are in first position, front of the pack. Our gap behind is 1.4 seconds. They're on old softs. Your pit window is open. Pit window is open. 9 laps to go. This lap, please. Go, exit now. We're racing on the exit. Exit now. stops. Lewis is in for a stop. Gap to teammate ahead is 20.8 seconds. P6, we have P6. Weber is ahead of you. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Lewis is behind you. Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh mediums. The gap to the leader is 12.9 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 7 laps to go. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Is behind you. The gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 30.9. There is a fault to the DRS. You won't be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out. Behind, less than a second separate you. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:30.0. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Tyres still looking good, Nick. Let's keep them that way for as long as we can. There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 1.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 7 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 30.2. Green flag. Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Joker increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.